amigos?
So we are back with Spin on It from Houston because we decided to come up and see Taylor Swift.
Super excited to
Really
see her.
excited.
Our first time seeing her.
Yeah.
So it'll be cool.
It'll be fun. So whenever we go out of town, y'all know we usually go check out fitness places that we don't have in San Antonio. And this morning we went and checked out Race Pace, which is a running studio that was really fun, really cool. It was a really good workout.
Yeah, it was. So if you're in Houston and maybe you're training for maybe your 5K or even a marathon, they have different programs set up for those different distances. So it's great if you're a beginner or an experienced runner.
And they also have one that uses weights. So they have a shred and tread, I think it was
Shred and tread, yeah.
So lots of different workouts, good for every level, lots of fun, friendly people.
But, so we were kind of thinking about topics that we could discuss for our next Spin on It, and we were actually inspired by something that happened, or not really happened, but that we observed at the studio this morning.
Yeah.
So we were hustling or getting ready to get energized to get on this run, and two gentlemen came in who are blind, and they came in assisted and were put on the treadmill, and they pushed through the entire class.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I was worried for them.
Yeah.
You know,
you have to understand you're constantly messing with the incline and
Right.
messing with the speed every time they tell you. So it's like an interval workout. So you have to sort of know what you're doing.
And just throughout the entire class, the hour class, they just excelled and they kept up with everybody and they adjusted the resistance. Obviously, they had somebody helping and checking up on them, but they made it through the entire class. And what was really special is that we both changed at the studio, and the gentlemen were in there changing while I was. Not together.
I wasn't sure where that was going either.
But, so I was changing and they were as well too, and you know, I was helping them maneuver through the restroom, and just hearing how excited they were about it. And I asked them, I was like, you know, did you like it? And they said they enjoyed it and they can't wait to come back. And so, you know, it got me thinking about, you know, just as a thing as people, as we approach different situations, you know, we take a lot of things for granted. Mm. You know, if somebody gets hurt, or you have a sprain, or, you know, you fall off a bike, you know, you think it's the end of the world. But you don't think that there are people who deal with these sort of issues every day of their lives. Right. You know, and we think, you know, if we hurt our arm, oh my God, I can't do X, Y, and Z. But there are people who have no arms, who run, who do everything, and they have this passion for change and not letting anything stop them. And you know, sometimes I feel bad not experiencing this. I think about like, oh, I have a headache, and I'm like, I just can't run. But it's just like, you can, and it just really just opened up my eyes, and just to think about that stuff, that we put so much limitations sometimes, I think, on ourselves just mentally. Mm-hmm. You know. Well,
I think we get discouraged. You know, instead of thinking about what you can't do, right? You can come up with 1,000 excuses, right, not to exercise. Yeah. You can have a headache, like you said, or you can, you're tired, your butt's sore because you worked out yesterday, whatever it is. But the woman who taught this class was pregnant. She was due in a month or two, or like December or something. And you know, to that point, I have another girlfriend who's pregnant, who qualified for the Boston Marathon while pregnant, is about to have the baby, and is going to run it in April, whenever it is. So because she set her mind to it. Now, we're not, you know, obviously your doctor should probably tell you, so, you know, if you're pregnant, don't think that you should just go out and start running, because these girls were already runners, I'm sure. And then, you know, like I said a couple of weeks ago, or a month ago, I guess, I fell off my bike, broke my collarbone, had to have surgery, and was completely limited for a really long time, completely limited for 2 weeks. I mean, couldn't do anything. And then after that, it was, you know, you don't realize what you take for granted. I mean, brushing my hair, I couldn't brush my hair, I couldn't wash my hair, I couldn't get dressed by myself, I couldn't get in the bathroom by myself. I mean, you know, things you just, I'm going to go do that, you can't do. And so, you know, rather than sit around and go, oh, well, I can't do heavy weights, as soon as they told me I could, I went back to cycle class. I jumped on the treadmill. I worked out with one arm, lifted weights with one arm. So, you know, I could have moped around about it.
Right.
Or I could have done what I could with what I had to work with. And I think that's the point.
I mean, that's a huge, I think, learning experience. I mean, it was a difficult one, but, you know, it just shines light on the fact that we are a lot stronger than we think. And a lot of it is mental, that mental game, and the doubt we put in our heads, and it's just an excuse.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And we're a lot stronger than that. And so it's just that determination that you have to have, and that reason how bad you want it. And I know like that saying that says like there's always something that has it worse.
Yeah, there is.
And, and that's kind of a sad thing to think about. But at the same time, if those people can still push through a workout, and what I loved about it is they ended with so much joy in their heart. Like they loved that they were able to do that.
Well, and they didn't ask for any special
not at all
compensations either. I mean, I wouldn't have known, actually, until you said it just now. I didn't know there were two.
Yeah,
I just thought there was one.
No.
And I wouldn't even have known that, except that he looked a little bit different. But I wouldn't have known had I just walked in and saw him running. I would have thought that he was just on his own. But we both have clients who, aren't where they want to be yet, right? And so they could very easily whine about it or maybe not want to work as hard, but they come in every week, right? And they are pushing, and they're not complaining, and they're doing it in their own time, which is what always fascinates me. I'm like, you can hire a trainer. I have one girl who works out with me 3 times a week. The other, what is that, 4 days? Let me think. The other 4 days, she'll text me pictures. She'll go out on a walk and she'll stop every mile and do 10 squats. Or she went and bought a jump rope and she started jumping rope. So, she's getting there faster. And then I know other people who won't get there as fast because they
hold themselves back.
Yeah, they're like, oh, well, this is too hard for me because of the weight I am right now. Well, okay, maybe you can't do a body weight push-up right now, but you can do something else.
Yeah, you really can.
So it's the limitations we put on ourselves. So I guess our point is, look at what you can do and not what you can't. I mean, everybody can do something.
Yeah, and you gotta just dig hard and figure out, and like you said, conquer what you want to conquer, but you want to have your own self-motivation. You're doing it for you, for nobody else. And just remember that. There's people out there who have a lot harder than we do, and they kick ass and they're happy about everything that they do.
And they celebrate it.
Right.
Every accomplishment.
Celebrate who you are and what you can do, and know that just with hard work and determination, you will get to where you need to get.
I got really excited because I got to do a wall push-up the other day in physical therapy. Yay! I got really happy.
Those things, those small victories.
It was a small step. It's like, yay! I can finally do a little bit of a push-up again. So, celebrate the small stuff.
The small wins, girl. Yeah, small wins. So.
Okay, we gotta go see Taylor.
Yeah.
We gotta eat.
We
really gotta eat.
So thanks for listening, guys. And again, if you have any other suggestions, please let us know. And check out.
Oh, we're in San Antonio Magazine again this month.
Yes.
In the October issue, you can find it on newsstands at HEB and lots of other places. And we'll be back in it in December as well. So if you have anything you'd like us to cover, give us a shout.
Let us know.
All right.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.